So it's come to that time again. Every 4 years, billions of people will stop what they're doing to watch a game. And people will hug, cry, they will look at strangers with deep levels of emotion, they will lose sleep, they will feel heartbreak, they will experience joy that is so intense that a lot of times it becomes a lifelong memory for them in future years when they look back on fondly. But here is the key question, really. Why does a football match, the World Cup, have such a powerful effect on human emotions? As a therapist, as a lecturer at university, as a psychologist, I don't think it's just about football. I think it's one of the biggest demonstrations of human psychology in action, and this is what I want to discuss today. When people say it's coming home, they really do want it to come home for a very particular reason. So what's the point here? Okay, so firstly, football, sports in general, but let's look at football today in the World Cup. It fulfills one of our deepest psychological needs, which is belonging. Okay, we have evolved in tribes. First of all, we know this. Okay, evolutionarily speaking, we have come from different tribes and different cultures, and we are very tribalistic beings. Okay, and being part of a group, okay, being part of a particular tribe historically helped to increase survival. Okay, today national football teams become our modern tribes. As societies on the whole become less violent, okay, and as kind of competition softens out between people, as wars hopefully decrease, human beings need an outlet for tribalistic behaviour, and football fulfills that, and the World Cup's the biggest demonstration of it. Example, wearing the same football shirts as each other, okay, obviously with the England flag, for example, but also, local teams, national teams, not just international, singing the same anthem, right? Everyone's saying collectively, it's coming home, it's coming home, it's coming, football's coming home. That is literally an anthem that everyone gets behind, okay? So important, and this helps you to feel connected. All these kind of things, alongside other things as well, help you feel connected to millions of people that you've never even met. Okay? You go out into the streets now, into local villages, towns, cities, you will start to see a lot of flags, England flags everywhere. If you go to another nation, you'll see the same thing. It bonds people, okay? Many people actually feel very, very isolated, unfortunately, in daily life, okay? I've seen it in the therapy room. During the World Cup, something shifts, and they start to have this kind of collective identity start to form. It's rare, but we get it through football and sport, and the World Cup is one of the best indicators of this collective identity. And it becomes a shared emotional language. Football and the World Cup is a shared emotional languages. Okay, people have different languages in the UK, different cultures, different political beliefs, and trust me, those things can cause a lot of difficulty for people. Okay, we don't have to look at the newspapers to understand that, or look at online, okay, on social media, okay, but everyone understands victory in life. Everyone understands disappointment and failure. And what does this do? Well, emotions connect people in a deeper way than words ever can. Okay, think about it. Think about the raw emotion that you see when fans will start crying after the loss. Okay, hopefully I'm rooting for England. Hopefully they can go all the way. Okay, but you go to a pub or to a bar or outside, inside, wherever it is, and if England, hopefully not, if they lose and they're out of the World Cup, you will see people crying. Conversely, and hopefully, if England are celebrating their victories, you will see entire cities celebrating together. You see the footage of fans throwing up their drinks everywhere, having a great time, having a great laugh, being jovial, hugging each other. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful game. That might be why, partly. Okay, the World Cup's an emotional experience that is shared across the planet. Okay, and it gives us so much hope and meaning. So much hope. People love stories. We as a species are a deeply story driven group of animals. The World Cup provides so much in this area. It gives us heroes. It gives us the underdogs. We saw yesterday, watching this film, on the, what day did it say? On the 16th of June. We saw yesterday when Cape Verde managed to hold Spain to a 0-0 draw. It was amazing. I was screaming in support of them. It was amazing to watch. Okay, real underdogs. There's so much power in it. Gives us redemption arcs. Okay, a player screws up in one game, then the next game he comes flying in and scores 2 goals or a hat trick, or whatever it is. Right, redemption arcs. Okay, and unexpected victories as well. That's the big one. Okay, when a small team does an amazing job, or in England actually reach the final and win it, because that is unexpected now. We can reach the semi-finals and finals often, but we don't win it, so it's actually unexpected for us. Okay, so we see this a lot, and what I think as a kind of therapist and psychologist, what's happening here often is that we are often projecting our own struggles onto these stories in football and sport. When an underdog wins, we feel that maybe, just maybe, our own challenges in life can be overcome too. Okay? It also creates what I want to call the collective memory. Okay? This collective memory. Okay? You will, if England hopefully win the World Cup, okay, you will say, a lot of people will reference, where were you when England won? Or whatever other nation you're from. Okay? People will remember who they watched with, what the room they were in, the emotions they felt in that moment, the food they were eating, like all that stuff. Okay, it's incredibly powerful emotionally. Okay, strong emotions create strong memories. Okay, now that's a good thing for certain events and bad things for others, which we'll look at some point again. Okay, but emotions tie these all together. They create such strong memories. Okay, so the World Cup is not just football; it also creates family memories, it creates childhood memories, it creates national memories. It's not just a match, it's literally a memory making enterprise. It also provides, and this is so crucial in this time of life when we are struggling with a lot of issues, cost of living, lots of political disagreements. Okay, modern life often has to come with emotional control. Okay, at work you have to stay professional. In public, you have to stay composed. On social media, you have to not stray too far out of the accepted realms, okay? Because otherwise you get attacked for whatever view you might hold, whatever political spectrum, okay, it's on, okay? But during the World Cup, that becomes disinhibited, okay? People scream, they cry, they celebrate, they express passion openly. People kiss each other, they don't even know. It's a beautiful thing to see, okay? And what is that saying? It's football creates a socially acceptable space for emotional expression, and that's sorely lacking. That is sorely lacking, and football occupies a space where people can actually express what they feel. It's beautiful game. It really, really helps with that. Okay, it's this emotional cathartic release, and it actually is so psychologically healthy for people to have that opportunity to do that. It really is. Okay, and obviously national identity and collective pride. Okay, the World Cup's about representation, it's about feeling seen on a global stage. Okay, we know from what I said earlier that people are tribalistic, and people derive self-esteem from the groups they belong to. If their team wins or does well, or if the underdog performs well, it gives people self-esteem. Okay, they feel proud of their country, they feel hope, they feel connection, which is sorely lacking in a lot of areas. Okay, and that's why these victories still feel so personal for people. They feel so personal, even though these fans never touched that particular ball in the match. Okay, they may as well have done. That's how deep it goes. Okay, that's how deep it goes. Just to understand as well, like how how difficult sport and football can be. If you are watching your favourite team Okay, and right now the World Cup will be England for people who watch this from the UK. Okay, your chances of having a heart attack if it goes to penalty shootouts increase by like a quarter. It's like a ridiculous number. Okay, sadly, and a very sad example here, also rates of violence towards other people and domestic violence also goes up if a team loses. Okay, so it is a deeply, deeply powerful connection to sport that people exhibit. Okay, for all the positives that I mentioned, but also some of the negatives. Okay, so to conclude, and this is important to really sum up. Okay, the World Cup is not just about football. Yes, it's watching these great, and I call them artists because they are artists on the ball. Some of these players, they create these incredible, just pieces of play that just baffle the mind sometimes of how they did it, and it's just like it's watching poetry in motion. That's what it feels like. But it's not just about that. It's about belonging. It's about identity. It's about hope. It's about deep emotions. It's also about storytelling. That's the oldest thing that we've done nearly. Okay, but perhaps most importantly, it's about reminding us that despite our differences, and there are many differences between people, and they are highlighted a lot of the time in social media, okay, humans still on a deep level crave connection. So for a few weeks, every 4 years, billions of people will start to feel part of something bigger than themselves, and that is why the World Cup is far more than just a sport. Okay, now please leave a comment. What's your most emotional World Cup memory you might have? Okay, let me know, because I find it fascinating to understand this. Also, please hit a like, dislike, subscribe, whatever. Just want to get some kind of conversation going about this, okay, if possible. I cannot wait to watch the rest of the World Cup. So yes, so I'm going to go off and prepare for the next game, 8 PM. I think it's Senegal, France. So I can't wait to watch that. Yes, have a great one, and I'll see you again in the next video shortly.